Hiya, come on in and get cozy. I hope you can hear me because I can't find my mic. I've put the music quite low. Yeah, come on in, get cozy. Hope everyone's staying blessed and protected. I hope everyone's going to have a marvellous moon day today. Now, this reading's impromptu. It's just an impromptu reading. I was feeling all spiritual and thing. But there's something, I was sat there, and this is like, I know, this is why I know that it's obviously meant to be, it was like a download. And because I'm sat there thinking about what people call the 144,000 chosen ones. And because I remember a Jehovah's Witness saying to me, oh, the 144,000 are already sealed. And the way she was like saying it was like it was people from the congregation of Jehovah's Witnesses. And I'm thinking, what? And this person as well, this same woman, bless her, she's probably, no longer with us. But she was trying to teach me. Like I got Bible study from her. And the amount of questions I gave back to her, because I said to her, well, God speaks to me. She went, what do you mean? I went, well, through the Bible. She went, oh, well, I know some people who would be quite jealous of that. And I thought, what? Eh? And it was awful, because it was actually horrible. Like, I actually went once to their church and I never went again. The people were horrible. Like this one woman, not like directly, but indirectly, she was called me and my children at Cruella de Vil and the 101 Dalmatians. Straight up, honestly, that's like they were Jehovah's Witnesses. But like she was saying that, and I thought, no, it's almost like she. I don't know. She tried to come and teach me something that it couldn't teach me. Do you know what I mean? But it did open me up to a different, deeper meaning. And a lot of spiritual things happened around that time as well. Like when I was reading my Bible, one day I was sat there. I remember I was sat on my bed, and it was like it looked like somebody was reading with a magnifying glass, like going across the page. And I thought, boom! I closed the book like that. I thought someone was there reading what I was reading, and I didn't know what it was, but obviously it was something, because it looked like it was like a circle. It was like magnified, so the words were magnified. As I was reading it, it was like magnified. So it freaked me out. But I closed the book, and then like a few days later, I remember I was in the living room, and I was sat on the side arm of the chair. I think I was anyway, or maybe that might have been a spirit. I don't know. Anyway, sat on the chair somewhere, and I was reading the Bible again, and it was so weird because I was reading it and it wasn't really making much sense. But all of a sudden, it was like a line going up. That's the only way I could describe it. It was like a line lifted up, it was like the literal veil was lifted from my eyes, and all of a sudden, all these words made sense. And I was like, whoa, and it was saying Babylon has fallen, Babylon the Great has fallen. And this was back in 2012. Yeah, and so honestly, it was like, and I had left my ex as well, yeah, and he kind of sneaked back into my life. And then I ran away again. I went to Scotland, but yeah, he came back in the same way, and I had to threaten him to get away from it. But I had to leave again. I just moved and settled, and I'd just built a home. It was like I'd built it up about, with my own hands. It was beautiful. I decorated it all myself. I had actually beautiful home, and I had to tear it down. I even smashed things up in the garden, wardrobes and that, really nice things, because I didn't know what else to do with it. I had to get rid of everything before I left, and I went to Scotland. But honestly, this download that I was getting this morning, I've gone way off track, babbling on. It was about the chosen ones, yeah, and I was feeling like, I feel like it's people on this earth, good people, who have been through the fire, who has been in the lion's den, who's gone through everything, who has suffered, but yet known that that higher force, some call the higher force God, some call it source, some call it our creator, the most high, however you want to refer it, the our creator who created us, who created this universe, that's the higher force, knows that it's like we're witnesses to that. That's what I believe, because even though you have been so literally near to death so many times, boom, you've been saved. And that's for a reason. That is because of the testimony. And then I didn't even know that this was there. Like, I had this, it was there. It was on the bed, and I picked it up because I've been sorting some stuff out. And this was there, and I can't even remember writing this, but I must have wrote it because it's my writing. But I'm going to read it anyway. It says, "We are living proof that the Most High reigns supreme. The Most High is our witness to what we have seen. The places we've been, the people who were mean. Lone soldiers still conquered, and love conquers all. We see who is who with our backs against the wall. We were sharp and polished, made ready for the war. With weapons of truth, we blow down the doors. Healed from within, picked ourselves off the floor. Remember who we were and what we were born for. Born to be free in all ways, always. Not bound in chains as debt slaves or anyone slaved. It's depraved. It's time to get paid. No more delays." You hear that? Time to get paid. No more delays, and I really feel like, this is, I know it's from the Most High, because I'm like, what? Exactly what I was thinking about, yeah. It was here. And because it started off was the meek shall inherit the earth, and I really do believe that, And it's like, because the Bible speaks to you. I don't know, it might not speak to everyone, and maybe that's why that woman said you were jealous, yeah. But it spoke to Martin Luther King, because he even referred to the Bible and said it has a voice, it has hands, it reaches out and grabs hold of me, it speaks to me. And he was talking about the Bible, and that's what I feel as well. You've either got it's not a book to be read like a story. I feel like if you ask, you pray, you ask, you get answered. It's speaking to you. It does speak to those who listen. I believe that, and it showed me, it taught me to be a better person. I wasn't brought up in the best place by the best of people. They probably tried to do the best in whatever circumstances, but when you grow up in a home where you've got alcoholics as parents, and you suffer from neglect and abuse and all that, you've got to do your best. Is that your best? Or could you do better? But yeah, I feel like it was meant to be. I wasn't meant to be, because was born at the beginning of my life to a good start. I had married parents, but I think that they was too young. Had their own house, a bought house, 2 up, 2 down, with a tin bath, the toilet at the bottom of the garden. But it was a bought house. We both had jobs. We had nanny, and then it all went pear-shaped very quickly. So it started off good, but then it just went. But now it's taken this time now to. Yeah, and I'm sorry for waffling on so long, but if you get me, you get me. And we're going to see what the Spirit says, but I know that was a message today. That, people think, you're a chosen one, you think you're special. No, actually not. I've had to suffer. I've actually had to go through hell, keep on going, and go through all kind of really weird shit as well at the same time, The people that you meet, it's like real. It's not, you see it in the movies, like you watch movies and you think, no, I've actually lived some real shit. That it's like, you think it's a movie. It's felt like it was a little movie. But let's get into this. Dear Heavenly Spirit of the Most High, heavenly angels, archangels, spirit guides, ancestors of our highest good, we call upon you, Heavenly Spirit, to protect our chakras from the root to the crown. We call upon you, Heavenly Spirit, to protect our energy as we channel this message. And we call upon you, Heavenly Spirit, to block out all and any negative or evil interference. And we call upon you, Heavenly Spirit, to show the collective what is in the energy right now. Thank you. We love you. The world. Ta-da! What a beautiful card to start, you know. Oh, but there's Seven of Swords here with the Page of Cups. So, yeah, but there's the Temperance Angel. Some five of Cups here, but with the Temperance Angel, with the Queen of Cups, Hierophant. So I'm feeling this is a good feeling with the world here. It's closing out cycles, starting something new. You know, it's like there's still a big glow around this woman here. You know, it could be a male, take it as it resonates. It's a very, I don't know, I see a lot of, even though I'm seeing a lot, the red, it could be with, you know, the Seven of Swords straight behind it gives me, you know, something being, it's like, this is what happened to me. Like back in 2012, I think I was come to the end of a cycle. Yeah, I really do. And I think something happened. When that thing happened to me, I'm sure it was something to do with my ex. Honestly, because I told him what was happening. You know, when I have these spiritual experiences, I used to tell people, and because and you know, I told people things, and then things came true, and they were like, "Whoa," you know, and I'm like, "Nah." The Bible told me, you know, the Bible told me what this, you know, it was not from me, but I think I had that end of a cycle then, and I got like tricked back into another cycle. I ended up having to do a whole other cycle. I really did, from 2012 to 2022 something. And then before that it was 2000. I feel like the cycle's like, whoa, they're like being in a washing machine with someone on a long cycle, and it's like, I need to get off. And then when you eventually come up for hair and realise what's, you know, you've been getting thrown around, crushed around and everything, you know, and then you end up back in that same cycle because, you know, I don't know, not higher forces, darker forces were at work, but the lesson had to be learned, make us stronger. Oh, the Hierophant came out in reverse here. Oh. Spirit. Oh. As if that's just come out in reverse. Ugh. I don't know where that bookcase is for that book. that specific deck. Oh, well, this is not the same book, but it indicates you need to put freedom and chaos aside to learn fundamental principles from a trusted source. This is the perfect time to find a mentor or guide to teach you about new beliefs, especially within a structured setting. Perhaps you are in turn the teacher or mentor, honouring your position to share your knowledge. Away from the chaos you are staying in convention. There has been turbulence in your life recently, and staying on a well-known path will allow you to grow without having the distractions of new experiences. This is a period of learning and progression, and if you have been seeking to further your knowledge in something, this may be a good time to do so. Don't rock the boat or commit to risky ventures. Instead, seek to find comfort in the known. Do you know, and I feel like that gives me kind of, you know, it's like, yeah, don't be like suddenly changing, you know, like these, like, could be something like Jehovah's Witnesses, you know, like if they knock on your door, don't answer it. Do you know, it's something like that, you know, like if you're like, oh, just, and all of a sudden you want to start being religious and that, just because, not because I'm talking about the Bible, but you know what I mean? Like, there's a lot of it about, because honestly, like, I do believe all roads lead to the same. Do you know what I mean? But there's a lot of culture being mixed in with religion and tradition. Do you know what I mean? So, and it's being mixed around and moved around, and you know, so I really don't know. I feel like we should follow two. It says 2 festivals a year, and I believe that, you know, that's spring when everything comes alive again after winter, and harvest. So you plant your seeds there, and you harvest everything. It gets harvested in the autumn. So they're really the 2 main festivals that we should be celebrating, and it says that as well. And I'm not just being brainwashed about the Bible, because I've not used it as like a book, more or less. It's a way to communicate with the Most High. But I just felt I had to read that because I felt like there was a word of advice there, you know, and it was something higher. You know, higher than myself. But I definitely feel, because that's kind of like the God card as well, you know. And I'm seeing the 7 of Swords again, so I'd be thinking, be very aware, yeah, because there'll be a lot of scammers as well. This gives me scammers, you know, 7 of Swords energy. And even the Hierophant in reverse, it could make, because sometimes the Hierophant can be a corporation. Oh, look, justice. Yay, thank you, Spirit. Cause everything's gonna be alright. Rise up this morning. I've been getting birds on the roof, you know. I can hear them pitter-pattering. And, you know, honestly, I see the signs in the birds. It's like the birds speak to me as well, you know. Honestly, the birds are a language, if you're listening. There's 2 of Pentacles with a 7 of Pentacles. And we've got the Hermit here. And I'm seeing the King of Pentacles behind the Hermit. So this is something to do with the money here. Something to where you know, where you're putting your money. I think there has to be a balance here with the 2 of Pentacles. You know, it's like spend, save. And that's what I'm seeing here. You've got an Hermit. It's like Spirit says, take a deeper look here where you're spending money. I think we all should all think about that, innit? Because we give our money to these big corporations, yeah, and the farmers are dying out. We need to be going to the farmers and giving them our trade. And people think, oh, well, we can't because it's so expensive. And it's only so expensive because of these supermarkets. And they're not even delivering, you know, what they say they are. Most of it's probably been frozen, you know, to store. Honestly, some of the quality of the food that I've had is ridiculous. And it's like, what do you get? You know, you spend £100 and you look at it and it's like, there's nothing there. You know, you used to do an £100 shop even 10 years ago, and you know, that's enough to feed a family for a week. A 7 of Cups here, yeah. Oh, the choices you make, yeah. And I'm seeing the Queen of Cups here. The Page of Swords is peeping out, but the World's here. Queen of Cups could be a water sign. Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. Take it as it resonates. I feel like with this, seeing this world again, you know, I feel like there is something about closing out a cycle, maybe changing spending habits. I really feel it is something to do with that. And I'm not just, you know, I spend silly sometimes, even comfort spend. I only get really what I need. Yeah, I've got 5 of Pentacles. I'm feeling like sometimes people can buy things they can't even afford. Do you know what I mean? I'm glad I don't have credit cards or anything like that. That I don't possess any credit cards. I never have and I never will. Yeah, I feel like this is also about, but you know, like if someone's trying to rope you in but spend money, I feel like don't do it. You know, I feel like this is a balance of saving. You know, it's like if you're earning some money, save half, spend half, that kind of thing. And I feel like, oh, there's some here, a Queen of Cups, a Ten of Swords. It's almost like, you know, because the Queen of Cups is very intuitive, yeah, but she's also very empathic, and she will probably give in. You know, like, it's like even now I just seen an advert, yeah, for Red Cross. And if you actually know, and you really, really know, you really, really, really know, they're very good. No, you just not. That, yeah, and all these adverts that come on the TV, yeah, you can afford the advert, but you can't afford to like help that animal or that child. No, I'm very dubious, me. I just, you know what I mean? Honestly, like people who really need the money, the charities, are not got adverts on TV. No, they haven't. It's how much it costs to put adverts on TV. It's sort of owned all by the same people. Oh, 7 of Swords again. 7 of Swords. There's something very... Either you've got to be sneaky about it or someone's trying to be sneaky regarding someone's money. Beware of scammers. Scammers, scammers, scammers. Beware of scammers. A Queen of Wands and the Magician. Oh. I'm getting this is a person who's been sneaky. Yeah. Spirit's showing me this person is manipulating something. Maybe even using magic. Don't think they don't, because they do. I do feel like somebody's being sneaky here. This is why Spirit's wanting you not to take any risks from now. Don't. Just focus on your comfort. Because there's somebody here behind the scenes that's, you know, doing something, cooking something up even, against the Queen of Cups. There she is. And there she is. These are two different people. And this person is actually cooking something up. And it could be against your finances, you know, maybe trying to trick you into getting, you know what I mean? There's some kind of something fishy going on. And this is why Spirit's saying, no, don't do it. Don't do it. Yeah, look at this. 3 of Swords. No, this is could be heartbreaking, this. And I feel it is to do with money. So be careful. Be very wary of your finances. Don't like buy anything from any dodgy sites or anything like that, or invest into something, because, you know, it's that time of year that there's so many, well, there's still tricksters out all the time, but I feel like it's going to be heightened at this time. So, you know, and I don't not want to put fear in anyone, but I'm seeing it. There's something here to do with someone. Somebody trying to put money spells, freezer spells, putting, you know, freeze your money and that. Just don't spend it. You know, counteract that. Just get your comforts. Just get what you need, you know. Oh, got the Queen of Swords here. Oh, yeah. I feel like this could be your energy. I feel like, yeah, this, you know, not even that, not being in a 9 of Swords, but a Queen of Swords. I don't know, because the Queen of Swords sometimes can be, I've seen 3 queens now. Oh. this is, something, there's somebody, I feel this is somebody, spirit. It's almost like, because this, I don't know why I'm seeing it right, but if this woman is doing something, I feel like there's some kind of jealousy here from this. I don't know why, because I'm usually the Queen of Swords, but I'm seeing a green with a Nine of Swords. There's something causing her anxiety, and I feel like it's your new beginning here, because you have the strength here, because this is a Ten of Cups. You are a Ten of Cups, a Queen of Pentacles, and we've got the Moon here. It's almost like, the triple goddess energy. And she's praying, look. Oh, this person could have even done this. But she could, they could be doing it again. It could be male or female, take it as it resonates. No, I'm seeing Nine of Cups. I feel like you're in a very good energy. A Nine of Cups energy is like, I'm okay, You could be surrounded by luxuries and things like that, because, and I see a good person here, very saintly energy. That's a saint, when you can see that glowing halo, like aura. I feel like somebody's aura must glow, and that's why the jealousy is here from this Queen of Wands. Yeah, this Queen of Swords, Queen of Swords energy. There's something about a Nine of Swords with the Seven of Swords and the Nine of Swords. Something about what you invest in. And this is Spirit, this is a warning, this. I feel this first card that came out is Spirit warning, saying, don't just take things easy, don't invest in anything, because this person is actually doing this. They could even be doing like word magic, but they could even be lighting candles and stuff like that. And I don't think that's a scary one, but the lengths people go to. But what you reap, you sow. So be careful what you read. That's why you should just be good. Just be good. Empress. This is why. Look, and we've got this world again. This is Empress with the world. I feel like, this is your energy. This is why this person is envious here. This is Seven of Swords, Nine of Swords. This person be doing this sneakily. Probably going in a little hidden room with lighting a candle and with a mirror or whatever and chanting your name or something, whatever they're doing. But I just feel, this person's watching you. I feel like your Empress energy closes out the cycle. This is like Empress is all four queens rolled into one. I feel like the Empress is just like, I'm actually quite happy me in my own self, closed out a cycle with the world. And I feel like this person here, this Page of Swords, is watching you be Queen of Cups here. Which is loving, kind, intuitive, abundant as well. And look at this person's Five of Cups here. This person's like, oh gosh. But, you probably don't even know this person. Oh, I just spit on a Nine of Wands in reverse. To me, this is somebody who's healed. I feel like you healed. I really do. I feel like you healed and you closed out this cycle here. And this person here is watching you be a Queen of Cups. It's watching you be a Queen of Cups, and they're sat in this energy. We've got an Eight of Wands here. This is something, coming in quickly. And it could be something to do with work. But this could be to what this person's doing. Could be trying to stop something, stop finances or whatever. But it's up to you. You can do return to sender. Yeah, we've got a Ten of Cups. I don't feel like this is, I feel like this is your energy. Yeah, with the strength again. I do. And this full. The police could have even been involved here. Or a King of Swords, or a air sign, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, take it as it resonates. But I feel like this could have been, it could have been, I feel like this is leaving this battle. This is a Five of Wands. It could even be competition. Do you know what I mean? There could even be someone else. Yeah, there's a tower. A tower will happen, when Spirit's like, you know what it is? You need to get out of here. And so Spirit will make our situation so unbearable that we actually get up and move. You know, it's like that things start to happen. And until you actually get out of there, you know, I think it's at the breaking point. That's when help comes in. Well, it has been for me. You know, it's when I've been down on my knees and it's like, oh my God, I can't take it anymore. And then boom, just out of nowhere, phone call, something. It's just boom. And then life just shifts into a different timeline altogether. But I feel this. I need to get some info on this. Oh, you know something? That didn't happen by accident. And I've just seen communication here. It says the frequency of communication supports our ability to exchange information in many different forms. It reminds us to run every piece of information, both incoming and outgoing, through our heart, the center of our truth, to stay in the flow of source and balanced exchange. And what's this? It says, make time to work, rest and play. A Mars a day, like you work, rest and play. No, I'm not telling you to go and eat a Mars bar. I haven't eaten a Mars bar for years. We were filled with laughter and we sang for joy. Psalm 126:2. You were filled with laughter and you sang for joy in a 10 of cups. Singing and dancing, laughing. Then these new beginnings. New beginnings. Begin your new life. Oh, oh, oh. Yay. Thank you, Spirit. Oh, gosh. Yeah. Orphan came out. Someone might have lost their parents here. Orphan. Sorry about that. I'm not an orphan, but I feel like one. Oh, look. High priest or priestess. You know, I feel like somebody, whoever this reading's for, is a very spiritual person. You could even have spiritual authority here. High ranking here. Oh, somebody wanted to mess around, did that? This Queen of Wands wanted to mess around, did she? With an high ranking high priest or priestess. This could be, you know, switch your roles, take it as it resonates, but I feel this is it. Oh, the arts. So I feel like it's something to do with music or the art. This is, you know, this has come out before. This is very similar to previous readings. Someone's got spiritual authority, and this, we've even got Pisces peeping out here. And what's peeping out here? It says self-confidence to create, taking a chance on, resulting from the impressiveness of, and that's in Leo. I forgot which planet's in Leo at the minute. But I feel there's something very powerful here. Because you know something, I feel like this is like someone who's multi-talented. That's what I'm feeling, a vibe, that vibe. Someone who's multi-talented, someone's like Empress energy. You know, Queen of Cups, it could be, you know, it could be a Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio sign. Take it as it resonates. We've got Pisces here as well. But I feel like, yeah, someone who's, you know, and because to have someone to be jealous, that jealous of you, to that they have to actually go to the result, to the extreme of doing something like that against you. It's almost like they don't want you to have. But Spirit's like just saying, just don't spend any money right now. We've got relationships, the beauty of, and do it with your partners, and that's in Libra, and Libra is always about balance. So there's something to do with relationships as well. This could be, you could be with somebody already, and this is like, do it with your partners. This could be a duo or something like that. Oh, we've got a karmic relationship. And what's that? Monk or nun. A karmic relationship. So you could be like a monk or nun, or live like a monk or nun. It says here, it says seek oneness with all there is as a full-time job. So I feel like seeking oneness is a full-time job here. Yeah, seeking oneness with all there is. And that's all you have to do, switch off the TV and, you know, go into nature. We've got unrequited love here. Unrequited love. we've got spirituality and religion. I feel like this could be, this could be the unrequited love that is between spirituality and religion. You might be spiritual and somebody might be religious, because that's what I mean. When you get these religious people, they're like, they don't sway, but whereas with spirituality, it's very fluid. It's a very fluid, it's not like stuck to one thing. It's actually, it's quite, I'm more open to spirituality than I am religion. We've got Aquarius here, we've got Earth, and we've got Gaia. And that stopped. The frequency of Gaia reminds us that we are infinitely connected to one another, just as we are to our Great Mother and to the universe that birthed us all, Earth. I mean, Aquarius is air, but we've got air and earth here. And consciousness, the frequency of consciousness supports our ability to focus our attention on all the multidimensional aspects that show up so that we can include them in our reality. Anything else, Heavenly Spirit? Yeah, I do feel like Spirit is giving somebody a message here, specific as well. There's some things going on behind the scenes, so just be aware. Sometimes we're not aware. I always ask Tarot or me if I need to know something. It came out again, monk on number. I feel like it could be something to do with praying as well. It could be something to do with praying. And that's why it says, I feel like maybe you might, it says you used to pray as you did before. Wars and battles. Love life. So, there could have been wars and battles in somebody's love life here. It could have been, that's why we've seen the karmic. I feel once you've healed, when you're in that state of like, I'm going to stay on my own forever, you haven't healed. Really, you haven't. I mean, I don't know. Each to their own, but got passion, you see. Got passion. Passion. But passion, it's not just about, sex and lust and all that. Passion, it could be about what you're passionate about. The frequency of passion reminds us that beneath every intense emotion lies the hidden gem of insight, balance, and calm. It assists us in finding the balance within this intensity, moving us from chaos to the calm of its core, where we can let its long-lasting wisdom fill us up. Yeah, there's something about it. You could be in the monk or nun stage, which is, celibate like me. It's a good thing. It's been years, and I'm, I'm waiting. Yes, seeking oneness with all there is. It says philanthropy and keeping your involvement hidden. Now, that came out in the reading of a day about someone, don't tell, the Spirit's like saying, don't tell people your dreams. Don't tell anyone, because there's people that are quite jealous. Like that woman said to me, you see, Spirit works in mysterious ways, but yeah, that woman said to me that somebody can be quite jealous. So that's why I think that Queen of Wands is, who's doing that thing, who's doing that magic. I don't know why, but I've seen Celtic, Native American, and then orphan here. So you might have that within your bloodline. And that's confirmation, that somebody's lost their parents. I mean, it is sad if you had really good parents, Patiently get what you want and get what you need. Patiently. So Spirit's like, be patient right now. Just take your time. I feel like you could just get your comforts, what you need. It's winter, you know what I mean? It says self-confidence to create, taking a chance on and resulting from the impressiveness of in Leon. I've seen this card again, and it's like divine feminine's here. Yeah, we've got Capricorn peeping out. I feel like Capricorn's the next reading that I'm going to do for the zodiacs, but I'm going to do Jack and Lily next, and I'm going to do Jack O'Sullivan, Jay Slater, obviously. Jay's always going to be on my updates forever. I feel like, I feel like it's actually part of my family somehow. Divine Feminine here. The frequency of Divine Feminine supports our receptive, nurturing and soft side, allowing it to express itself openly and helping us to connect to our intrinsic understanding of our connection to all of creation. And it says, as a full-time job, Divine Feminine, yes, but it's like, yes, you need to step into this role here. This is your, I can do. The Divine Feminine is like, and it's saying retreat from the outside world. The rain and snow come down from the heavens and stay on the ground to water the earth. Isaiah 55:10. Retreat from the outside world. Well, I went on a retreat. That might be your sign to go on a retreat. But you could even just do it in your own home. If you've got a beautiful, cozy home, just make that your sanctuary, and just retreat. It's winter. Hibernate. There's nothing wrong with it. Try and get a bit of daylight, though. If the sun comes out, go sit in it. Again, look, seeking oneness with all there is. Philanthropy. Keeping your involvement hidden. Spirit don't want you to be telling people your plans. You have a plan. We're all winter. Then look, spring. When spring comes around, it's a time of things. Get things ready over winter, and then by spring you could have something to showcase. Something to do with music or the arts or anything like that. It says 111 destiny. Follow what you feel. Listen as your intuition helps to guide you to what you are manifesting. The inner whispers are helping you to create all that is that you desire. All that it is that you desire. Listen, lean in and follow your soul. Affirmation. Life is always happening for me. I am allowing myself to lean into what feels good. And lean. Yeah. And if you find yourself feeling a certain type of way, and you go and find yourself going back to the past or remembering a bad, or you can't stop it. You can just automatically think, no, hang on, no. You become more conscious and aware of it, and then think of the happiest moment of your life, and honestly, you'll start smiling. Just think of a funny moment. Just make something that is going to change the mood, and it will. You're in charge. No matter how much you are being tested or pushed right now, stand your ground and push back. Believe in your own integrity and self-worth so much that no one can get in your way. Have the confidence to move forward. You can and will do this. Yes, you can. You can do it. You can get it if you really want. You can get it if you really want, and you just try and try. You'll succeed at last. You will. 143, preparation. What was we just talking about? Life is filled with phases. The whisper is telling you to prepare for the unexpected and allow change to pass through with a sense of peace. Financial and creative changes are upon you. My dreams and desires are coming to fruition, bringing change that I welcome with an open heart and mind. Oh, yeah. I've got 888 here. Abundance. Blessings are here and more are on the way. Let yourself feel the abundant flow of prosperity that is all around you as you stand in your highest self. You attract all that you once were seeking. Giving is always the doorway to success. Affirmation. The more good I do in the world, the more abundant my life grows. I radiate an energy of loving kindness. And that is so true, Whenever I give, especially to the right places, Spirit always returns it. with a cherry on top. And I don't give to receive, but that's what happens. It's proof. You know, we are living proof. It says, I've got two cards here. It says, if you find yourself stuck in a situation you are unhappy with, ask yourself, why are you still there? Is it fear of the unknown? Leaving toxic situations or people can be the best thing you could do for your soul and your spirit. Be fierce. Oh, that could be for a message for someone. If you're stuck in that kind of situation, yeah, sometimes it can be scary leaving, but it's even more scary at the stay. Trust the wait. You are being prepared for your blessings. In order to receive, you have to be ready to receive. Things you are going through now are not random. Trust the flow of the universe. Yes, trust the flow. It says, those difficult times will pass. Nothing bad lasts forever. The sun will shine again. The birds will sing. The clouds will clear. And you will be glad you kept moving forward. You will soon be rewarded for your patience. Hold on. You are far stronger than you think. Focus your mindset on what you can control instead of what you can't. The world is your oyster. Elevate your thought pattern so that you can attract abundance into your life. You are what you believe. And that is so true. If you believe you are poor, you are. If you believe you are rich, you are. If you believe you are sick, then you are. But if you believe that you are amazing, then you are. Slow down, take your time. There's no need to rush everything. You are already doing your part. Trust that what belongs in your life is already making its way towards you in divine timing. Everything's divine timing. It says, don't allow negative thoughts to fester. If you are feeling frustrated, angry, or hurt, for example, just acknowledge that. Instead of fighting your feelings, go with them and work with them. Then true healing can really begin. Yeah, I totally agree with that. Sometimes I fight off emotions and that, you know, but sometimes they could be just for something else. Oh, we've got 2, 2, 2. Balance. Now is the time to take inventory of your feelings. Are there any feelings of imbalance or resistance? Divine whispers are here to remind you that the alignment that you seek also seeks you. Breathe, rest, and reset. What feels peaceful and calm easily finds me as I restore the balance within me. And I'm going to leave that beautiful reading there because, you know, I really feel like it is good, nice, sweet for someone. You know, like when I do these readings, I think, I know this is for me as well. But, you know, you never know. I'm reading it. But, yeah, just be aware and just be you. And just don't tell anyone about anything that you want to plan. But anyway, well done to anybody who's made it to the end of me babbling on. But yeah, I don't usually talk that much in my readings, but you know, I felt like I needed to, and it kind of did resonate with the reading as well, so it must have meant to be, like, came out, yeah. All glory to the Most High. Hope everybody has an absolutely marvellous moon day. I love you all. Take care. God bless, and I will see you soon.